Mike and Lynn, Peter, ladies and gentlemen. This afternoon, I was able to feel very much together with people from Northern Ireland, people from the Republic, people from other parts of the world. Gave me a sense of being together. But also I can say there are times, and I'm sure that we've all experienced within ourselves, certainly as we watched these films, these short clips, and listened also to the reports of the youngsters that came back from Auschwitz-Birkenau, and how alone we can feel within ourselves. That's what grief, that's what sorrow does. It gives us this bittersweet, bitter that we're alone, but sweet because now we can feel also a certain togetherness. 6 million is a number. A total of together. 6 million went into the ghettos, into the cattle trucks, into the concentration camps, into the extermination camps. 6 million is a number that were gassed, incinerated. 6 million is the number who perished through starvation and disease. 6 million from cities across Europe, herded together for one purpose: to extinguish the life of individual men, women, children, and babies. To see the exhibited piles of suitcases, clothes, shoes, and even prosthetics, spectacles, and false teeth, is to realize that 6 million were in fact individuals, human beings, each one an individual with a face and an identity and a name, just like you and me. Groups are made up of individuals, and even though the individuals are grouped together, in their distress, they are alone. Each one's anguish is personal. There is no group suffering, only the pain of the individual that is not felt differently because that person is one of a group. We cannot turn the clocks back or go back in time to correct the crimes of bygone eras. We can, however, look to the future with the pledge that those heinous crimes of yesterday will not be allowed to be repeated. An individual alone does not have the impact that individuals within a group have. Individuals uniting together within such a group have a louder voice, and when that voice is used to cry out against the failings and injustices of the past, this has a greater effect on the shaping of the future. It's called hope. Where once there was despair within tragedy and loss, it can be replaced by positive attitudes and firm steps to a better future. Towards the end of the Second World War, many prisoners from concentration camps were forced to march from one patch of hell into the unknown. Many perished along the way through disease, malnutrition, and starvation, while many were just murdered. People also died because they just gave up the will to suffer anymore that living hell. Today we too marched, but this was the complete opposite. We made a choice freely to step out and to be seen, to be counted, and to exclaim that we abhor and revile the devilish inhumanity meted out by the evildoers, and that we will not remain silent in the face of those crimes. The generation who survived are old, frail, and declining in numbers. It is our responsibility to honor and respect these survivors. We owe them, and in fact, we owe it to ourselves to correct the past by building a tolerant future. Our best tribute to them is to transcend silence and indifference and collectively be a voice for tolerance. What does never again mean in practical terms? Does it mean perhaps, or maybe? Is it just another eye-catching banner headline? Or is it genuine, with maximum effort to mean exactly what it says? It's too late for the generation that is no longer here. It is not too late for our generation and the generations to come. The process is slow, but it is gaining impetus. Education needs to be in measured steps and carefully constructed, and that is a part of the together. Hatred, prejudice, anti-Semitism, xenophobia are subject to be studied so that the lessons from the past may be learnt. Alone, this cannot be done. Together, it is achievable. There are more and more trips undertaken to visit the places where these crimes were committed. Seeing and imbibing the atmosphere of those places leaves its mark. Adult groups and children alike visit and study the past, its lessons, and the silent message that shouts out to us the message of never again. We are faced with a grim task of informing the next generation, while on the one hand not wishing to cause nightmares, but on the other hand, the absolute need to tell the truth of what happened. Even as a group, we cannot do this alone, as a single group. But together with more and more groups, and more individuals joining these groups, the message will get through. By meeting descendants of past Nazis who have been shocked at their parents' and grandparents' behavior, and extending the hand of reconciliation, we are able to tell the story of all sides. The truth of us all being created in the image of God, and the acknowledgement that this very fact unites us rather than divides us, can heal the rifts that once existed. This is not alone. This is together. And together in peace is the only way. May we merit to witness speedily in our time all that we so urgently seek together. Thank you.